What's good, guys? Just Prince TV coming at you with another one. Now, you see I'm rocking the Wu-Tang shirt representing that real hip-hop, and rightfully so. But let's answer a little quick question. Are you a guest to hip-hop or are you a resident to hip-hop? Let's get into it.
I know how you kids like 'em sloppy.
Okay, now, when I answer the question, are you a guest or resident to hip-hop? It's simple. Hip-hop started in New York. This is a New York culture, okay? Sort of like a country starting its own language, way of doing things, okay? That's what hip-hop is to New York. It's a culture, something that you guys don't understand. We started hip-hop. If it wasn't for us, there would be no hip-hop. So everything circles back to New York. At the end of the day, it always does. Okay, the way we walk, the way we talk, these was birthed in certain communities. And this is not all of New York. This is communities like Queensbridge, South Bronx, Harlem, Bed-Stuy, okay? If you don't come from these walks of life, Brownsville, you are not quote unquote hip hop, okay? Even if you don't listen to hip hop, but you come from these communities, you're still part of the culture because it's in your blood, all right? So if you're not from New York, at the end of the day, you're gonna need some form of pass, okay, to fit into this culture. So when I say stuff like Eminem is a guest to hip hop, it's not a jab, it's not a diss, it's just a fact, okay? Eminem is a guest to hip hop, and you may say, hey, if Eminem's a guest to hip hop, why is he respected by such and such? He's not respected for his skill. He's respected for what he brings to the table. If you own a business, right? Why are you going to turn down the chance to expand your business and make more money and cater to a complete different race of people? And that complete different race of people could be white, Indian. That's how you spread the culture of hip hop, because hip hop is not sustainable with just one race. Technically, it could be, but you're going to need more people to bring in the money, okay? The more audience, the more expanded it gets, the more famous the culture gets, all right? But at the end of the day, it still reverts back to New York. From the pan-sagging, we are such culture trendsetters for this culture, that it belongs to us, it's mine, like Nas would say, right? Second family to marry hip-hop was the West Coast, Compton, neighborhoods like that, okay? So hip-hop did expand to other minority communities, but don't ever get it twisted. This is our culture, okay? While the South was dissing hip-hop, saying it was trash, yes, black and white people from the South was dissing hip-hop culture. But now all of a sudden you make millions off it. Go figure, all right? But don't get it twisted. As I said, this is a New York thing, and it's a street thing. Hip hop is from the streets, it's from the soul, okay? It's music for a certain community, for a certain selected few. Now, you don't have to be from the streets to be a rapper, but you will get the Eminem treatment, the Vanilla Ice treatment. Now, we don't respect, in the hood, we don't respect or listen to Eminem, okay? Nobody's gonna be like, man, if I was stuck on an island, the last album I want to listen to is an Eminem album. No, they're going to say a Illmatic. They're going to say Ready to Die. They're going to say a Me Against the World. The list goes on and on, okay? They're going to say real hip hop. So when I say Eminem is not real hip hop, I mean it because he's a guest. Okay, he just brings financial incentive to hip hop. Okay, as far for skills, you really think guys like Nas, KRS-One go out and listen to Eminem? No. They don't rock with no Eminem. They only rock with the guy out of respect because he's cool and he brings money to the table. He brings another audience so people could listen to that form of hip hop. Okay? Now, when hip hop was reaching the suburbs and touching some of these white people in the suburbs and some of the spoiled communities of black people in the suburbs, it was just a fad. It was a trend. And most of Eminem's fans are white people from the suburbs. Don't tell me they're not, because they are. Those are his diehard fans. They're not people like me that come from the hood. We don't rock with Eminem. We don't listen to Eminem. We just respect him because he brings money to the table. All right? It's as simple as that. He's basically just used for his audience because he happens to be a white guy that could bring in white people money. And that's just how it is. Like, it'd be the same thing if there was a rapper from India. Yo, you're going to want to rock with him because he's going to bring you and introduce you to a whole new audience. This is part of the reason why you have people of another race listening to 50 Cent, which lyrics glorifies gang culture or street culture. They don't even barely know what the hell Eminem's talking about. 50 Cent is talking about. They're just rocking with him because he's a friend of Eminem. So they're like, oh, if he's a friend of Eminem, then we just gonna rock with him too. Okay? They don't know how serious those lyrics that 50 Cent is talking about. They don't even understand the culture of what 50 Cent is talking about. They're just listening to it because it's a fad, it's a trend. You understand where I'm coming from? So, are you a guest to hip hop or are you a resident? Are you a real one? Now, you don't have to be a fake or a real one to be a guest of hip hop. Okay? You could be a guest of hip hop and still be a real one, but you still got to know your place. I'm in another country right now, a complete another country. No matter how much I learn the language, no matter how much I learn the culture, look at this. Okay? I will still be a foreigner to this country. I'm a guest. All right? And part of being a guest to this culture means no matter what I do, I could have a fucking 100 half black kids here in this country, and I still would be a foreigner. I would still be looked upon as a foreigner because this is not my culture. You see this right here? Check this out. Boom. Facts. I'm in the Philippines. I'm in a foreign country. I ain't no bullshit. I'm gonna show y'all the truth. All right? Now, whenever I travel to a foreign country, I am a foreigner. Why do you think people look at me like a prized possession? Because I will never fit into their culture. And there's some parts and aspects of their culture I will never understand. Just like they will never understand what real hip hop is because they don't come for that culture. They will never understand what it is to be from the projects, to be from the trenches. You are not cut from that cloth. All right? Eminem is not cut from a hip hop cloth. You are a guest. Vanilla Ice, you are a guest. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with that because we do invite guests. Okay? We do invite guests at the round table. But when it comes to this real hip hop shit, all right, it always reverts back to New York. You got to get the nod of approval from us. So we do have authority because if it wasn't for us, you would not be listening to hip hop. Okay? All these trendy rappers that come and go, they don't get longevity like a Nas, a Jay-Z. You know why? Because they don't apply the realness to the culture. All right? They're just trendy rappers. But people like me, we are forever. All right? I speak for a culture of hip hop that's too real. All right? This is real hip hop, not that bubblegum, corny, phony bullshit that you see, the Eminems, you know that. Yeah, let me talk about my mother. Nah, dog. This is real hip hop. We respect the guests for bringing in the money, but we don't rock with y'all like that. So stop sitting there saying that Eminem get play in the hood because he don't. All right? I've been through some of the most dangerous communities that you could come across. Okay? We don't rock with Eminem. He don't speak to us. And rightfully so, he shouldn't be. He's a guest. Okay? Eminem would need a pass to come to my hood. You know, and he would get one because he knows Nas. But he didn't know Nas, he won't get no pass. I could go to the hood. I could go to Queensbridge with no pass. So that is my hood. You know? As simple as that. Just Prince TV out. Peace.